Good day, everyone. After 2 years grappling with the global crisis, we are now heading to the post-pandemic, hence an entirely new different normal for all of us. How does this affect the marketing world, and how would customer acquisition and retention now look like for brands? With the synergy of expert minds in marketing in APAC, we delved into a discussion of what would be the challenges as well as the opportunities on this front, and how brands in the region are building their culture in optimization and testing. Moderated by Braze's Majid Nuhukhan, industry leaders from brands AirAsia, Astro, Big Bay, Botek, Hamlet, Shopback, Z News, and Zmart gathered in an APAC roundtable to share how they have been strategizing customer engagement in each of their industries. Let's take a look at the highlights.
One of the biggest trends we've seen in terms of customer acquisition will be the growing importance of moment marketing in acquiring and engaging customers. So when we say moment marketing, it's a combination of riding on current affairs, personalizing content, and using conversational messaging. It helps showcase the personality of the brand, and I think it makes the interaction with old and new customers more authentic.
Us needing to remember to go back to real physical locations. So location-based acquisition, it's almost a conversation we need to remember that we're not only digital anymore, and that's just a change because we got so used to it. We had to very quickly adapt to being digital, and now we have to adapt to making sure that we're not only just looking at our digital channels. It's really about where does insurance and protection products really make real sense for the customer.
For us, the biggest change in customer retention last year was fundamental to the shift in focus audiences as a co-living brand. So one thing we learned when it comes to customer retention for locals especially is the shift from purely selling them the co-living experience to the need for consistent and personalized engagement. This allows us to not just rectify any negative issues, but it also allows us to better understand what's working in order to further duplicate that method across other members.
The world has really evolved quite a bit in the past year. The questions that customers ask themselves, right, has shifted from how do I create a better work from home setup. And it could also be things like, I noticed that borders are opening up. I'd like to travel, but how and where? What do I need to do? Merchants, on the other hand, are asking similar questions. These things are changing. Users are looking out for some of these opportunities. So retention for us evolved a bit into initiating or re-initiating some of these conversations, right, to anticipate some of the upcoming needs, finding different ways to reconnect.
One of the things that we did really well to retain our customers was to be extremely responsive and flexible, right? So to really understand the business problems that they have, and as much as possible, how can our team be responsive even beyond whatever our SLAs are? And these things are really appreciated by our customers because they feel that there's that empathy and there's that shared accountability that we want them to succeed as well and get through this sort of pandemic. A great way to retain our customers was to really rapidly deploy new features that would actually help them to be more data-centric in managing their business more efficiently.
It doesn't stop with the app or the website. It almost always culminates with an on-ground activation or face-to-face interaction to personify the brand as a lifestyle. So we do drive cross-channel customer engagement by identifying the critical points of engagement and addressing it through hyper-personalization and experiential marketing.
For us, creating a meaningful cross-channel engagement is really about setting up your platform as well as your backend, right, to make sure that one, anticipate user needs, two, do it via the right channel, and three, find appropriate triggers and timings.
Definitely reaching the right customers via the right channel at the right time with the right messages. Audience personalization is definitely our key to attain consistently high engagement in the form of click-through rates and conversion rates across our cross-marketing channel strategies.
We really listened to our customers, and what we've done that was really, really good for us was we actually did surveys, to let the customers speak to us. I think effective marketing is always a conversation. It's not just you talking to people. And I think we've heard from customers in terms of their pain point, what are their challenges, and effectively come up with campaigns or solutions to basically solve their needs or their pain points at that point in time. We've actually gone and adopted the route of strategic partnership. We listened, made a strategic approach and adopt, and we basically selected partners to go and sort of partner up and created all these solutions together.
Offline will always be there, and we will not be able to dismiss online or offline. So we want to make sure that we build an ecosystem where the learning is complementing between online and offline, and we just need to strike the right balance between listening to our users and really building what they need instead of what they want, and finding the right balance between the two.
I think it all starts with the culture. You have to live that culture, and you have to promote and encourage that culture through the entire company. But the other thing I think is to build that heart for our customers. You have this desire to understand the customer, develop this attitude of failing forward, right? Because no one really knows the answers.
A couple of things that we've done is formalize a lot of this culture in a way that our values, we've got 4 values, 2 of those is to be the pioneer and to think outside in. So, these are the ones very relevant to ensuring that we build a culture that is optimizing testing, doing things new, making sure that we are thinking outside in. Their initiatives has been to make sure that everyone in the organization does agile training. So it's creating that agile training and focusing on making sure that that is actually created for us. We are in startup mode and we're trying to push the boundaries of an industry. So inherently we're in that space anyway, but we're really formalizing those in that manner.
What a meaningful discussion with our industry leaders, and the diverse set of insights has definitely equipped us with what to expect on marketing and customer engagement in this post-pandemic period. This APAC Roundtable was conducted in partnership with Brace. We're excited to share with you a lot more industry discussions in marketing, so join us in our growing community on social media to be updated with the latest. I am Shaina, and until our next conversation.